Trump derangement syndrome is officially a thing, and it's kind of been for a long time. I didn't know this, but there's actually a Wikipedia entry for Trump derangement syndrome explaining what it is, and it's actually kind of spot on. But I have a story for you today about when Trump derangement syndrome gets real, or when Trump derangement syndrome goes wrong. This story is actually really sad. Moment, Florida doctor couple steal neighbor's Trump flag with their 2 children in tow as their son begs them, don't do it, you're gonna go to jail. How is it that their young son was smarter than they were? Something has infected the brains of these people. They've lost their minds. Look, I get it. You hate Trump. That's fine. You're allowed to, but don't steal people's property. What are you thinking? And your kid's telling you don't. You're gonna go to jail. Guess what they did? They got arrested. Now what, are these kids going to get put in government foster care or something? You reap what you have sown. And maybe, I don't know what exactly happened with the kids. I'd be bummed to hear the kids are being taken away. But when both parents go to jail, what do? Leave these kids to fend for themselves? No, the state's going to come in. And you know what? These people deserve it because they're unhinged. What are they teaching their kids? I'll tell you what, somehow they managed to raise a kid who understood what they were doing was wrong, but they themselves couldn't see it. Absolutely disgusting. Deputies in Florida have arrested a couple of doctors after they were caught on a doorbell camera stealing a campaign flag supporting President Donald Trump from their neighbor's property in front of their 2 children. Jeffrey Michael Fraisch, 41, and Lauren Ann Webb Fraisch, 38, allegedly took the flag on April 7th in Gulf Breeze. A Santa Rosa County Sheriff's report said they used a ladder to pull it down. Both Fraisch and Webb Fraisch are gynecologists working in different Pensacola hospitals. Kind of weird. Here's a photo of them. These people have severe Trump derangement syndrome. It's so bad, they went to jail over this. Look, you can display whatever flag you want in your property. And if you display a flag I don't like, I just won't associate with you. We have this photo. It says, a Ring camera caught the pair removing the flag with their 2 young children in tow. Not only did they steal the flag, they brought their kids with them? All right, man. I am no fan of the state taking people's kids away, but something's got to happen where these kids get protected from their deranged parents. Webb Fraisch is seen in the screenshot from the Ring video grabbing a ladder. They brought a ladder over? Wow. Husband holds their diaper-clad child in his arms. The pair's older son repeatedly begs his parents to abandon their plan, warning them that they're going to end up in jail. Not heeding his son's warnings, Fraisch is seen climbing the ladder to reach the banner. The doctor removes the Trump 2020 Keep America Great flag and hands it to his wife. They were charged with criminal mischief, trespassing, larceny, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor and released from the county jail, reported WKRG. The district's Republican rep, Matt Gaetz, who is a loyal Trump supporter, tweeted on Tuesday that their actions showed despicable parenting. I completely agree, Matt, 100%. He included a version of the Ring camera video with captions added that the couple's older child asked them to stop. That is so disgusting. You got your kid begging you, and this is what you do? As Fraisch sets down his younger child, wearing a diaper on the ground, and goes to grab the ladder, his son begs him, no, don't do it. You're going to go to jail. When Fraisch's wife lands him a hand setting up the ladder, their son continues pleading with him, stop it. I don't want you two going to jail. Webb Fraisch tells the boy not to worry, but he continues begging them to abandon their plan. It's almost like these people have been infected with some kind of zombie virus, and they can't think properly anymore. How is it? You have a little kid. It's like he's begging them, but they've been taken over by like brain worms or something, and they don't think. How is their kid smarter than they are? And more emotionally developed, I would say. Matt Gaetz tweeted, shocking video, physician parents possessed with real Donald Trump hatred so much that they steal a senior citizen's Trump flag with kids in tow. Little boy is begging them to stop. Apparently 2 medical degrees lack the decency and common sense of a child. Despicable parenting. Man. The father ignores the boy's pleas and ascends the rungs barefoot to tear down the blue Trump 2020 CAG banner. Within seconds, he removes the flag, prompting his overjoyed wife to exclaim, yes, baby, yes. Yikes, man. The family of 4 then reportedly got in a golf cart and took off. Apparently, 2 domestic... We read Matt Gaetz' statement. The victim of the stunt told deputies that Fraisch caused $500 worth of damage to his flagpole, and the banner itself cost $200. Fraisch is a gynecologist at Sacred Heart, while his wife is a gynecologist at West Florida Hospital. This is so incredibly weird. It's also weird they're both gynecologists working at different hospitals. I don't know, it's a very specific practice, but I guess whatever, fine, they're doctors. Trump derangement syndrome is real, folks. Now, it's not a medical diagnosis. They actually refer to it as Trump anxiety disorder. I think anxiety is different from derangement syndrome, though. And perhaps we need an actual medical diagnosis of derangement syndrome. What they say about Trump anxiety disorder is that people feel distress, not that they're hallucinating and insane and stealing property and then getting arrested for it with their kids with them. But they're different things. So, as some people have liked to point out, Trump derangement syndrome is a bad faith statement, blah, blah, blah. It's real, man. It is real. We've seen all the videos. Remember that guy who went into it was like an El Pollo Loco or something? And these kids, one kid had a MAGA hat on, the dude grabs it and splashes him with a drink. Are you insane? The kid didn't do anything. But that's exactly what you get with Trump derangement syndrome. There's actually a really good explanation of it. I went over to Wikipedia, and sure enough, there is a section called TDS, Trump derangement syndrome. What they say, Trump derangement syndrome is a term for criticism or negative reactions to United States President Donald Trump that are perceived to be irrational and have little regard towards Trump's actual policy positions or actions undertaken by his administration. The term has been used by Trump supporters to discredit criticisms of his actions as a way of reframing the discussion by suggesting that his opponents are incapable of accurately perceiving the world. I appreciate that breakdown. That last sentence is the truth, but it ignores the other use. While it is true that Trump supporters will use it to discredit criticisms, what we just saw with this couple of doctors stealing a flag is Trump derangement syndrome. What they're doing is in no way a criticism of the president. They are doing nothing to say the president is bad. They are simply stealing a flag from an old person, and their kids begging them not to do it, and they go to jail for it. That's Trump derangement syndrome. Certainly, some people have openly criticized the president and been accused of TDS. Sometimes it is Trump derangement syndrome, and sometimes it is people just trying to say, I reject your criticism. But I will tell you, the honest take on TDS is more so when someone randomly attacks a teenager, when someone inherently just believes that Trump is doing things he's not doing. When an MSNBC personality says that Trump is talking about exterminating Latinos, that is not real criticism. That is fake. That is a delusion. These people are hallucinating things. They've lost their minds. But there's no better example than the physical assault of Trump supporters and theft and property damage. Because it's not a statement from the president. Trump didn't enact a policy saying fly my flag. They're not criticizing the flag. They're just stealing it because they don't like Trump. And that is the root of TDS. Something has happened to these people. They are possessed by such hatred. They don't know why. They typically can't articulate it. And then they do irrational things, putting their children at risk. Now, this is funny. The origin of the term. It was placed to political columnist and commentator Charles Krauthammer, a psychiatrist who originally coined the phrase Bush derangement syndrome in 2003 during the presidency of W. Bush. The syndrome was defined by Krauthammer as the acute onset of paranoia in otherwise normal people in reaction to the policies, the presidency, nay, the very existence of George W. Bush. The first use of the term Trump derangement syndrome may have been by Esther Goldberg in an August 2015 op-ed in the American Spectator. She applied the term to ruling class Republicans who are dismissive or contemptuous of Trump. Krauthammer, in an op-ed harshly criticizing Trump, commented that in addition to general hysteria about Trump, the Trump derangement syndrome was the inability to distinguish between legitimate policy differences and signs of psychic pathology in his behavior. So when we talk about this first definition of how it pertains to George W. Bush is perfect. They say the acute onset of paranoia in otherwise normal people in reaction to the very existence. Apply that to Donald Trump, and you will get this story. You will get other stories of people being attacked. Breitbart for a long time was maintaining a list of people being harassed and attacked. There was a story of a family, a couple of people that were at a cheesecake factory, and the people came up and started hassling, like the staff were hassling them. I liken this to kind of like a mob mentality. They don't know why they do it. They just want to be a part of the group. There are many people who don't know how to fit in, don't know what's appropriate. All they know is, I want people to like me. They go on Twitter and they virtue signal. TDS is a form of violent, paranoid virtue signaling. The fact that this woman said, yes, baby, yes, stealing this flag. Why do you care if someone has the flag? What is wrong with you? What happened to them where they snapped? I think I know. I think on social media, these people are encouraged. They're praised. And so it translates to the real world. When you see someone like, Kathy Griffin post that photo, I mean, her life was destroyed by this. But you see how the resistance cheers for her and defends her. They want to feel that too and say, I'll do it. I'll do the same thing. And they go out and commit crimes, putting their children at risk. I don't know how you cure this. I really don't. Maybe turn the TV off. But CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, a lot of these resistance outlets, they play into this. The Covington kids is a really good example of the media's Trump derangement syndrome. Now, I'm sure many of them knew what they were doing, but they didn't care. They wanted those sweet, juicy clicks. They are attacking people's minds and playing this TDS game for money, and it's making people unwell and paranoid and delusional. I don't know what'll happen if Trump wins re-election, but I imagine it'll get bad. I'll leave it there. Next segment will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all next time.